Our PBL project is Equisetum Hymale Extract as an alternative chemical for the control of Penicillium Italicum on citruses. Our driving question is, how much of Equisetum Hymale will inhibit the growth of Penicillium Italicum for the longest period of time?
Our hypothesis is that due to its anti-fungal qualities, 3 sprays of horsetail extract, also known as Equisetum Hymale, will inhibit Penicillium Italicum or blue mold from growing on oranges for a longer period of time, which has been a significant source of issues in the past.
The experiment. The materials. So the materials needed for this experiment is horsetail or Equisetum Hymale, 48 oranges, 10% bleach, a spray bottle, Penicillium Italicum, containers, syringes, inoculating loops, rubber bands, and a knife. The procedure. So, your first step is to bleach all oranges in containers in 10% bleach solution. The second step is place 4 oranges in each container, splitting them by Equisetum Hymale concentration. The third step, puncture each orange in the center and inoculate with Penicillium Italicum. Fourth step, spray concentrations of Equisetum Hymale on the oranges. Fifth step, observe and record growth of Penicillium Italicum every 2 days. And the sixth step is continue over the course of 16 days.
We have a total of 5 trials. Set A was our control group. We added no mold or Hymale. For set B and C, we put mold and sprayed the Hymale afterwards. For set D, we put mold and sprayed the Hymale a day later. For set AS, we stabbed the orange, added the mold, and sprayed the Hymale afterwards. We made a data table comparing the mold growth using a scale, 1 being the cup with the most mold and 3 being the least. 0 means there were no visible mold growth. The data is divided into sets and the amount of spray of Hymale over a span of 11 days. The cups are compared to each other within the set to show which cup had the leading amount of mold growth. The ones with the same number within the set means they show similar amounts of mold growth. For example, in set AS on day 10, the cup with 4 sprays of Hymale showed the most mold, while the cups with 2 and 6 sprays showed a less amount of mold, but similar with each other. In another example, in set B on day 11, the cups with 2 sprays of Hymale showed the most growth of mold, followed by the cup with 6 sprays. The cup with 4 sprays showed the least amount of mold growth.
Analysis. Our results did not reflect our hypothesis. Most of the oranges had growth of Penicillium Italicum regardless of how many Hymale sprays we used, 2, 4, and 6 sprays. One of the sets was only sprayed once and left there. The other was sprayed daily, except when we could not access the material for 3 days. Another set was sprayed on and off every other day except for the 3 days. In set C, the orange with the most sprays, 6, had the most growth. It had green mold on all the top pieces of orange, and the bottom slice had white colonies beginning to form. In set D, the orange with 4 sprays had the most growth. It had about 25% less growth than the oranges in set C6. In D4, the growth was in all 4 orange slices, and the top slice peel was mold-free. We noticed that the inside of the orange grew molds before the peel. Mold grew there faster even though we also applied some to the peel. Our results varied with each trial, which might have been due to the days we sprayed and did not spray. Set AS did not appear to have any mold growing on the peel until the last day we checked, which was starting to grow the small white colonies on AS2. And AS4 had some green molding forming within the white mold. AS6 had nominal growth besides the small dents in the peel when it was bought. Our results varied with each trial, which might have been due to the days we sprayed and did not spray. Our conclusion is that the Equisetum Hymale did not work how we expected it to work. We hypothesized that the Hymale would inhibit the growth of the Penicillium Italicum, but instead it seems to not have made a difference in the growth or even made it grow more.
Application and further research. In our experiment, the Hymale was not as effective as we originally expected. In the future, another experiment could be conducted with higher amounts of the Hymale being used, as we did not use that much with limited resources. We also used Hymale Extract, so it might have had a weaker effect on the Penicillium Italicum. More experiments could be conducted with higher concentrations of the Equisetum Hymale to have a greater effect on the fruits. There could also be a trial to see if having the physical plant in the presence of the oranges would have a different effect. Lastly, if the Equisetum Hymale turns out to not work under any of these conditions, there could be more investigations to find out other natural remedies for the Penicillium Italicum problem with citrus fruits. Thank you for watching.